If your destiny matrix looks like 20 numbers fighting for your attention, the problem is not your chart. It is the order you were taught to read it. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 5 simple passes that turn this complicated diagram into one connected story. Most people open their chart and do one of two things. They choose the largest number, search for its meaning, and assume that definition explains everything. Or they jump straight to the heart, the money symbol, or the number that sounds the most dramatic. That is understandable, but it creates a fragmented reading. A number never speaks alone. Its meaning changes according to its position, the energies beside it, the line it belongs to, whether it repeats, and whether you are living its constructive or shadow expression. Think of the chart as a sentence. The numbers are the words, but their positions provide the grammar. Reading random numbers is like pulling 3 words from a page and trying to guess the entire story. There is no single universal reading order used by every destiny matrix school. The method in this video is the clear order we use for beginners. Start with the center, move through the major personal zones, read each 3-number line as a sequence, and only then study repetition, ancestry, and timing. Context comes before prediction. Pass 1 is the center, often called the soul purpose or central energy. This is not necessarily your career, and it is not a label for your entire personality. It represents a central quality you may be learning to embody, the theme you repeatedly return to when life asks you to grow. In this sample chart, the center is energy 5, the Hierophant. Constructively, 5 can express through teaching, ethics, mentorship, belief, and the ability to turn experience into useful wisdom. In shadow, the same energy can become rigid, judgmental, or too dependent on rules and approval. Notice the difference between saying, "You are a 5, so you must become a teacher," and asking, "Where are you learning to develop your own principles and share what you understand?" The second question leaves room for choice. That is how the center should guide the rest of the reading, as a lens, not a sentence. If you need your chart beside you, you can open the free live chat, reading at chat.destinymatrixreading.com. Keep it open while we move through the next 4 passes. Pass 2 is the way your central theme becomes visible through your portrait and talent zones. The portrait zone describes the energy you naturally present to the world, first impressions, visible behavior, and the role other people may expect you to play. That outer role may be genuine, but it may not reveal your entire private self. The talent zone points toward natural abilities and forms of intelligence. When it contains several energies, do not turn them into a shopping list of unrelated traits. Read them as a process, where the talent begins, how it operates, and where it can become useful. Now compare these zones with the center. Do they reinforce the center's theme? Do they create tension? A person may carry a quiet inner purpose, but present with a very forceful outer energy. That is not a contradiction to fix. It is a relationship to understand. This is also why 2 people born on the same date can live similar symbolic themes in completely different ways. Maturity, environment, opportunity, choices, and whether an energy is constructive or in shadow, all affect how the pattern appears. Pass 3 is the karmic tail, the 3-number sequence near the bottom of the chart. This area is often given frightening names online, but fear makes the chart less useful. The karmic tail is better understood as a repeating lesson, inherited tendency, familiar emotional response, or quality asking for conscious development. It is not a punishment, and it does not prove a specific past life event. Read the 3 numbers as one movement. The first energy introduces the pattern. The middle shows what activates or complicates it. The final energy suggests what integration may look like. Then examine both expressions. What does this sequence look like in shadow, and what strength could emerge when it is handled consciously? Here is the important reframe. The difficult part of a chart is not automatically the worst part. A repeated challenge can become one of the clearest sources of wisdom, because it forces you to develop a response you did not have before. Pass 4 is where many viewers want to begin, the love line and money line. But now, you have enough context to read them without turning them into fortune-telling. Love reads left to right, money reads right to left. On the love line, the left position may show the pattern you bring into relationships. The center can reveal the lesson most visible in intimacy, or the mechanism that keeps a cycle active. The right position points toward the relationship quality you are learning to develop. The love line reads from left to right, 12, 21, 9. Those are not three separate labels, and the middle number is not a soulmate code. The complete interpretation must ask how 12 begins the relationship story, what 21 activates at the center, and how 9 may express as the line matures. We will decode that sequence carefully in the next episode. The money line reads from right to left, 15, 6, 9. Its three positions can describe your starting relationship with money, the central skill or decision affecting stability, and the mature way you may create value. It cannot guarantee income, identify a winning investment, or declare that someone is destined to become rich. Same energies, different life area. Position changes emphasis. Pass 5 is where the chart becomes personal. Repetition, ancestral lines, and life cycles. If one energy appears several times, mark it. Repetition increases importance, but it does not automatically make an energy negative. It may point to a natural gift, a major lesson, or a theme that keeps asking for a more mature expression. Then look at the male and female ancestral lines. These can be used to reflect on patterns connected with authority, responsibility, protection, nurturing, receiving, emotional safety, and family loyalty. Use them as questions, not factual claims about a parent or grandparent. Finally, examine age points and life cycles. These may describe periods when an archetypal theme becomes more noticeable. They do not prove that a marriage, career change, loss, or financial event will happen at an exact age. This final pass should add nuance to the story you already built. It should not erase everything and replace it with one dramatic prediction. So here's the complete beginner method. First, read the center as the main lens. Second, compare it with the portrait and talent zones. Third, read the karmic tale as one developing sequence. Fourth, love, left to right. Money, right to left. Add repetitions, ancestral themes, and life cycles. Center, personal zones, karmic sequence, love and money. Then the deeper layers. If a reading ever makes you feel trapped by one number, return to 3 questions. Where is this energy? What is it interacting with? And am I looking at both its constructive and shadow expression? That is the difference between collecting meanings and actually reading a chart. Your matrix may reveal a pattern, but your awareness and choices shape how that pattern is lived. Click the link in the description below to start your free live chat reading. Then watch the next episode, where we decode the love line and explain why its center is not your soulmate number.